My headaches, my facial pain, my TMJ is something that I've lived with since high school. But I didn't know that it was TMJ. My mother had taken me to the family physician who had referred me to the allergist, and I then also went to the eye doctor because it was probably eye strain with my facial pain. And I believed this.
2.5 years ago, I began to notice an incredible discomfort in my jaw and actually some numbness. And I didn't think very much about it. I went to see my dentist, who looked at me and said, I think you should relax. It's probably something psychological. And it kept getting worse and worse. And I kept going back to him and saying, look, it's got to be something more. And he looked at me and he said, well, let me just do a little bit of filing. And he did a little bit of filing and suggested that I see a therapist and begin to do some type of relaxation. It kept getting worse. And so I went to my doctor, who recommended that I go to a neurologist, who recommended that I go to an ENT person, who recommended that I go to yet another dentist, who then put a bite plate, a night retainer, and suggested that I get my whole mouth redone.
It started, I would say, during high school. I would get them in the morning upon awakening, and then I would get them about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and in the evening every day. I would take Excedrin or some ibuprofen 2 to 3 times a day.
My TMJ was diagnosed with the discluder. It was shocking to me because I couldn't believe that it could be this easy for me, that I didn't have to work, that I didn't have to do anything that was painful, yet it was taking my pain away.
And immediately, after being fitted for the discluder, once it was placed in my mouth, I began to feel a sense of comfort that I had really not experienced for over 2 years.
He put it in my mouth, and within seconds, I felt relief through my joints and under my eyes. It went from like pain being a 10 to like a 4.
And Dr. Simon has adjusted my bite. I don't have the facial pain. I don't have the headaches. It's a wonderful thing to be free of that.
And feel about as free as symptoms as I felt 3 years ago.
Because you live with this 10 years, and then all of a sudden, it's gone in 30 seconds with this little device about this large.